Hey, what's up everybody? Today is Tuesday, April 6th, and welcome to The Awesome Show. Alright, so this is the deal. I have an English project to do, and my English project is going to be about Spider-Man. At the same time that I'm making the project, I'm going to be teaching you guys about Spider-Man. He might not be a very interesting subject to you guys. In case you haven't noticed, I kind of like Spider-Man a lot, so you can watch it or you can not watch it. It's up to you, but you might want to press stop like right about now if you don't want to watch it.
Just once I want an assignment in some nice sunny suburb. Yeah, anyway, this lizard thing is probably just an urban myth.
Alright, for starters, we are going to talk about the creator of Spider-Man, Stan Lee. Stanley Lieber was born in New York, went to school there, and graduated from DeWitt Clinton High School when he was 16 and a half in 1939. With the help of his uncle, Robbie Solomon, Lee that same year became an assistant at the new Timely Comics division of Pulp magazine. Timely Comics would soon become known as Marvel Comics in the 1960s. Lee's first job was to fill the inkwells, bring writers their lunches, proofread, and erase any pencil markings left on the finished pages. Lee made his comic book debut with the text filler Captain America Foils the Traitor's Revenge in Captain America Comics number 3, using the pen name Stan Lee, which he later adopted as his legal name. Stan Lee said that the idea of Spider-Man arose from a surge in teenage demand for comic books and the desire to create a character with whom teens can identify. Spider-Man first appeared in the comic book Amazing Fantasy number 15 on August 1962. The series was cancelled with that special issue, but response to the character was so positive that a solo title, The Amazing Spider-Man, was launched with a March 1963 cover date. The character was created by writer-editor Stan Lee and artist and co-plotter Steve Ditko, and the pair produced 38 issues from 1963 to 1966. And now the story of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a boy in high school named Peter Parker, who lives in New York. One day, while out on a field trip with his class to a spider museum, he was bit by a radioactive spider. And when he woke up, he had lots of weird spider powers. One day he saw an ad in the paper that said, "If you can beat this man at a wrestling match, you can win $200. So Peter decides to go to the wrestling match. But instead of telling his Uncle Ben and Aunt May where he was really going, he told them he was going to the library. And so his Uncle Ben offered to take him. So after Peter had won the wrestling match, he went to the man that had the money, and the man said, I don't really have all the $200 right now, so I can only give you $100, but you did good, so that's all you really deserve anyway. This made Peter pretty mad. So as he was leaving, a man rushed by him with a gun, and down the hallway, he heard the man that had the money saying, "Stop that thief, he stole my money." And Peter was like, "I'm not going to stop this guy because, you didn't pay me all the money that you owe me." So Peter left. And when he walked out and walked to where his Uncle Ben was supposed to meet him in front of the library, he saw cops and ambulances and a fire truck and all this stuff, and he started freaking out. Turns out the man that had stolen the money from the man that owed Peter money had taken Uncle Ben's car and killed Uncle Ben because he wouldn't get out of the car. So Peter / Spider-Man, even though Spider-Man wasn't really made yet, decided to follow the man that had killed his uncle. So he followed the car, you know, slinging his webs everywhere, all the way to like a warehouse by the beach. Once the man is inside his hideout, Peter uses this opportunity to kill the man. So he goes inside the hideout and he ends up killing the guy. But no one knows who did it because, you know, Spider-Man left. And that's what kind of started the whole story of Spider-Man, how he stopped crime, because the man had stolen money and he had killed his uncle. And now, the Spider-Man comic books.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Lives in blood. He's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man, or starting as The Amazing Fantasy, started in 1962. The Amazing Fantasy had been going on for quite a bit before Spider-Man was actually created. But to introduce Spider-Man, they used The Amazing Fantasy and threw him in there. This is the very first Amazing Fantasy with Spider-Man in it. As you can see right here, let me turn it right here. Volume 1, right there. Boom. It was made back in August 15th, 1962, and as I had said earlier, this first volume of the Spider-Man edition, they didn't like it as an Amazing Fantasy, but so many people liked Spider-Man, they decided to make their own, a totally different one, called The Amazing Spider-Man, instead of Amazing Fantasy. So ever since Spider-Man was created, he has been affecting teens all over the world, and children too, with lots of action figures, video games, and movies about Spider-Man. So while Stan Lee and the rest of us all move on, Spider-Man will always be a part of history.